I was just on my way back from the Colne Valley to see the launching girder, that massive machine that I featured in last week's episode. I thought while I'm kind of around this sort of way, I'd head into Birmingham to see how Curzon Street station's progressing. It hasn't really changed a great deal, I don't think, from my last visit. I did post a clip a while ago which was basically on a class 323 heading into New Street. Not a great deal has happened, but it's just interesting anyway to see how it's progressing. It is really a massive station. Hopefully I've managed to find a relatively decent vantage point from which to get a sense of the scale of the station. It's a 400 metre long station, and obviously you've got all the approach railway into Birmingham associated with that, so it really is a massive project, and hopefully I managed to get a little bit of a sense of the scale. I was on board a 323 heading into New Street, so I'll show you a clip of that as well, which just shows you the scale of the works and just how enormous this site is. But I'll tell you a little bit more about the station itself once I'm home, like I did with the launching girder machine video. Give you a few more details about the station and what they're up to with the Curzon Street station at Birmingham.
The £570 million station is being constructed just to the east of the city centre. However, it won't be outside the city centre like some of those opposed to HS2 like to claim. The western concourse will in fact be just adjacent to Moor Street station, providing rail connections across the West Midlands, and it'll be less than 200 metres from the Bull Ring. Birmingham New Street will be a less than 5-minute walk from the Western Concourse, and to demonstrate just how close it'll be, I'll leave a link in the description below to a video by Gareth Dennis showing the walk from what will be the Western Concourse to New Street, and I think he managed to do it in just over 4 minutes or something like that. It's really not that far at all. But if passengers would prefer to find other means of getting to New Street Station, then the new Birmingham East Side Metro extension from Digbeth will have a stop just underneath the eastern part of the station, and that will have connections from Curzon Street to Birmingham New Street Station. As for the new station itself, it's being designed by WSP and Grimshaw Architects, with the construction being led by a Mace Dragados joint venture. The station will feature 7 400 metre long platforms that will be able to accommodate 2 200 metre long trains coupled together. That will have a capacity of 1,100 passengers. At the western end of the station there will be a 17 metre high, 69 metre wide arched roof built using a timber lattice construction, and the roof will have glass panels at the top which will let natural light flood into the station building and into the concourse. As for the eastern section of the station, that will feature more conventional canopies, but they'll provide protection from the elements throughout the entire length of the eastern part of the station. The existing station building that was opened in 1838 but later closed to passengers in 1893 will be integrated into the design of the new station and the new public spaces that are being constructed. Whilst the Grade 1 listed structure won't physically be connected to the HS2 station, it will form a crucial part of the overall design of the public spaces surrounding the station. It was reported back in May this year that work has been halted on the restoration, as the works were much more involved than originally thought, and as the work isn't being funded directly by HS2, then further funding will likely be needed to continue with the restoration, but hopefully it will be completed, because it is an important structure, an important part of railway history, and it's quite a striking structure, and it would be a shame if it wasn't able to be used for the public. The new station could be served by up to 9 trains an hour, with 3 services an hour to London, 2 to Manchester and 1 train per hour to Scotland, alternating between Glasgow and Edinburgh. There were supposed to be a further 2 trains per hour to Leeds and 1 train per hour to Newcastle. However, with the integrated rail plan effectively removing the eastern branch, the future of any services heading east are in doubt, so they're still very much in question, so nobody knows, I don't think, quite what will happen with those eastern services. There is also a risk that services from Birmingham to Scotland will not be able to operate unless an alternative to the Goulburn link connecting HS2 to the West Coast main line is found, as it's thought there simply won't be sufficient capacity between Crewe and Wigan for that additional service. I'm just hoping that the cuts to HS2 will be reversed over time so that the new Curzon Street station can operate to its full potential and provide a truly transformational gateway to the city. I think whatever your thoughts on HS2 are, the station itself will be a very distinctive station, and it will provide passengers with a much better experience than Birmingham New Street, especially if they're travelling to Manchester or to London. But yeah, let's just hope it fulfills its full potential with the Goulburn link, or a link to Scotland, and some sort of eastern connection allowing services to travel eastwards to Leeds and up to Newcastle on the East Coast main line. So there we are, that's just a little bit about the new Birmingham Curzon Street station that's under construction. Hope you found that video informative. If you have, please do hit that like button. If you've got any comments, leave them in the comment section below, and consider subscribing, as it really does help the channel grow and it really would be appreciated. But I'm going to leave it there for today. So until next time, bye bye.